And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. It's a rematch of Super Bowl 47, -1 Harbaugh. The Ravens and 49ers are underway. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Garoppolo out wide here to Samuel. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Garoppolo looking to throw on 3rd and 2. That's swung out to Mostert. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
A little juke, and he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. And he will find his man, Samuel. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 32-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Here's Mostert. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. On play action, it's Garoppolo. Gets this one to Juszczyk. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
This is Mostert. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Brandon Stevens there on the tackle.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground.
And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. Now Garoppolo. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And Gold is able to put it through. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. Well, they didn't get in the end zone, but pretty good balance there on the opening drive between the run and the pass.
Yeah, I think that was probably what they wanted to get accomplished right out of the gate. Throw the ball with success, run it, of course, to set the tone. So who saw the offensive coordinator's play sheet? Probably wrote himself a little note. Exactly what we wanted to do. Probed it early and got it done.
And he'll be brought down. Shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 18. Throwing to start the drive. Jackson. This will be incomplete. Oh, a dream chance for a D lineman, but he couldn't pull that one in.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
On 2nd and 10, Jackson. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. And that play just looked a little helter-skelter from the start. That's the risk as a quarterback. Once you take off with that football, you might fumble it, and he did.
And he was going for the reward, which is gaining yardage, breaking down a defense. But you're right about the risk. Always lurking out there, someone always trying to get to the football. Try to find a place to cover up and slide and protect what you've earned.
From the gun, a run with Mostert. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Clock running, under a minute to go now here in a fast-moving first quarter. On 2nd and very short, Garoppolo. His throw caught right around the 6. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
To throw is Garoppolo. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Patrick Queen charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Ravens are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They fumbled the last time they had the football. Fortunate that it only led to a field goal. 3-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Okay, after those first 2 drives, I think there's a head coach who's going to be calling for CSI. They're going to want some forensics on this. What is going on with this ball club? Unable to hold on to the football and take care of it.
And 2 straight fumbles for them to start out.
Yeah, you would think that this team would come in ready to go. Sometimes just mentally not prepared, and it shows up in these types of plays.
Garoppolo going to give to Mostert. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
2nd down, here's Mostert again. And he's going to be down close to a 1st down at the Ravens' 37. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Now Garoppolo on the bootleg. Sliding out of the pocket. This will be caught. It's Samuel. Touchdown! Deebo Samuel, 35 yards. And the 49ers add on to their lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Gold with the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. The improv act, they're good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. Escaping the pressure right. Well, that's complete to the fullback, Ricard. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. The throw over the middle taken in. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 19. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. Being chased out left. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. At their own 25-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup. At the 33-yard line.
Only needing 2 yards on second down. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Throwing now is Lance. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jennings. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. On 1st and 10, here's Lance. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And down inside the 15 he goes. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And the Ravens are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious, so you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Both these teams, no doubt, making their final halftime adjustments as we speak. And for the call of the second half, we get it back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. And he will have a Ravens first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Steps away. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that. And they force another incompletion.
Play action. It's Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down. They're going to run it with Murray. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Here's Murray. Murray has the first down and more. And finally brought down at the 43. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 43. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. The former first-round pick, Eric Armstead, the one who got in there to make that play. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Here's Jackson to throw. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Sammy Watkins, 55 yards, and the Ravens have taken the lead. Well, for all the deserved accolades Lamar Jackson gets for his running prowess, you know, his deep ball, it's really a thing to behold as well.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's 3rd down. You're trying to get off the field, and then wham, you have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same. And what they...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 35. A big play there for the Niners. Well, you had all halftime to think about what you wanted to do to start the second half. They came out with a big one.
Does that not beg the question? What was happening in the other locker room at halftime? Was that the one play they didn't cover as a possibility? Because they just gave up a big gain.
The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Play action. Garoppolo. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown 49ers. Brandon Ayuk. 32 yards. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front. Now Gold for the extra point. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It seized the lead there for a little bit with a starting drive in the third quarter, but a moment ago in the time. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
That was a nice catch, and not by the guy you thought it was going to be. How about the defender turning into an offensive player as soon as the ball hits his hands? And off he goes, off to the races, and into the end zone.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they gave up the pick 6. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Eric Armstead able to drop him for a loss of a couple. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On third down, Jackson. Flushed out right. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
On second down, Mostert. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Ravens are right back in this football game. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
It's just been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for him. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. And it's not looking good for him here.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Another nice pickup through the air. And I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon. But with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Well, no doubt here in the 4th quarter, this is a huge defensive series.
Hey, they can read the scoreboard. They realize if they give up a field goal here, this game might be out of reach. They understand the stakes and are playing accordingly.
And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete.
We know all the receivers go through those tiptoe drills, right, trying to get their feet down inbounds. But a lot of the times what we don't talk about is when they're up in the air and they catch the ball. You ever notice how they're reaching back with their feet? Not just straight down, but back because they're trying to create enough distance to make sure their feet are in bounds. They weren't able to get it done on that one, though.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now it's Gold after splitting the uprights to kick this one away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And he'll take possession. red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. That catch good for only a couple.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. And he will be brought down, but a 1st and goal coming up as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. Mitchell. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
This has not been a fun sequence for him at all. 1st and goal, no gain. 2nd and goal, he ends up losing yardage. He may be trying to talk him into getting the ball a 3rd time, but I think it's going to be difficult for him to win that battle.
Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here, because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense, that's 2 points for them. But he identified an open target and put it right on him.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. That catch good for only a couple.
Timing is so important on a route like this, because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late, because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow.
And now here's another interception. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. And the 49ers are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. Some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows.
Well, they intercept Garoppolo for the 3rd time. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Well, a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. They go play action with Jackson. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
From the 17, Jackson. And it's caught. Touchdown. Rashad Bateman on the touchdown throw from Lamar Jackson. And the Ravens have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Tucker now for the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Check, 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 check. I got you. Check 56.
Oh, Garoppolo's going to throw it. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game.
11. Hey, gun. 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. We ain't giving nothing.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. So the victory here for San Francisco. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense